saw a video by YouTuber 1000 called The Biggest Art Collab on YouTube. It starts with 1000 and it moves to Slew, to Dope, Smo Nova, Nerdforge, LPFA, Jazza, and then finally it's framed by Bobby Duke Arts. And I thought, man, that sounds like a lot of fun. I wanted to do that with my friends. But first, I would like to say thank you to the artists who first shared their processes and their experiences and inspired me to make this video. I really recommend checking out the original art collab videos. There'll be a link in the description and you can follow this journey from channel to channel, and it's definitely a cool journey. So thank you to the artists, and let's get into it. The work began with waiting for the mail. And then one day, it arrived. Finally, the real work can begin. Here I am, opening the package, which was really well packed, if I do say so. And when I finally open it, the panel looks beautiful. It's absolutely amazing, and I'm excited to start this project. Now that that's open, let's get into priming and sanding it, or sanding and then priming it. Transition to sketch. Finally found a sketch that I'm kind of happy with. Transfer it to this paper, this other piece of paper, so I can have it on a separate piece of paper. I guess I don't want it in my sketchbook just because I want to be able to frame it maybe or give it away. I think, who knows what my ideas are right now, but it's kind of chilly out today and I don't have any heat on in here, so I'm gonna take off back inside and finish this up. I like to sketch with a number 2 Ticonderoga pencil. It's basic, easy to access. Here's the final sketch. So I ended up sketching the project before I primed the panel, but here you go. And here is the primed panel. I primed it with dark brown and some burnt sienna. And now I'm ready to transfer the image onto the panel. Here you can see I have 2 printouts and color schemes for the painting. I'm going to cut one out and use it as a stencil to apply it to the panel. Now that I've got the stencil cut out, I'm going to place it on the panel, and using spray paint, we'll mark the outline of the character that I'm putting on this panel.
back forward with white paint so that I can cover up the pencil marks and the graphite won't interfere with the color of the paint later, and I can still see the sketch lines pretty good. I went with a blue underpainting for the character and for the background, blocking in my shadows and lights and darks to really try and give some push-pull to the painting. Now I'm going to put in shadows and paint some of the highlights. I recommend working from the back of the painting forward. It's just easier in the long run to put things on top after you're done painting in the back. My older brother Josh recommended to me to stop using black in my paintings, so I'm using a darker brown to darken it up. I'll eventually end up coloring over this with another color, but the shading will help bring out the shadows better. Here I'm using neon green right from the tube. I don't know how to make neon green, and I sometimes have to use colors right from the tube. I remember when I first started painting, I used Walmart sets that I would get for Christmas from my mom. I eventually started stealing her ceramic paint and spray paint, and I would paint with anything I could find. Eventually, I began to understand that I needed better paint for the things that I wanted to accomplish with my art. Using better quality paint will ensure the colors are going to come out correctly and you will get better coverage out of your paint. Here's an example of where I probably should have painted in the background before I started in the front. But here's some neon pink right from the tube. Decided that this would be a good place to stop and get fresh eyes on it the next day.
So when it's cold outside, I come inside. I set up a little space to work here, so I'm gonna balance this on my knee like I usually would.
While we watch me paint the last leg of this painting, I'd like to talk a little bit about why I chose to do this project. I see 1000's videos all the time, and I totally look up to him as an artist. His character design is really unique, his colors, his use of colors is amazing, and just all around seems like a cool dude. So thank you to 1000 for inspiring this project and making those YouTube videos. I chose to do this project so that I could share more of my processes and encourage others to try new things. As you can tell, I have never shot or edited any other videos before this that weren't powwow singing. This year I wanted to step outside of my comfort zone and start sharing more of what I do and share these paintings in a new to me way. Sharing these videos so that you can see what I am doing and how I do it gives you a greater insight into the story behind the art. And it's also really fun for me to watch other artists share their process and see how they work. After many hours of painting, it was finally completed, at least my part. Here are some of the details I've put in there. You can see that I got some of the highlights right. Some of the shading is pretty nice. The characters in the background I like to put back there. Paid a little more details to the feet from my brother Joshua. There you go, bro. Here's the final result of my part of the painting. I hope you like it. Challenges that I faced while completing this project. One was the weather. It got pretty cold
and my heating is just not adequate for when the temperatures drop below zero in my studio shed. Waiting for the mail was a challenge. I was a week into waiting for the panel that I ordered from Blick Art Supplies, and they emailed me and told me they couldn't ship it to a P.O. box, so they FedExed it directly to my house, and that just took another week. Procrastination is another thing that I struggle with all my life. I've just like to put things off. I don't know what it is. It's less stressful if you get it done in a timely manner. So part of this project is just to keep myself in check and start doing things in a timely manner. And I shot for the end of January for the release of this video, and it's beginning of February, so I'm not too far off of my goal. So I still consider it a success in my book because I'm procrastinating less. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is always going to be intimidating. As an artist, I feel it's necessary to step outside of your comfort zone and try new things, even if they're just new to you, like making a YouTube video or trying a new kind of paint, gouache, acrylic, watercolor. Whatever that is, challenge yourself as an artist. You don't have to beat yourself up about it if it's not successful all the time. Part of the fun of creating is creating a mess and making something of that. For me, anyhow, I wanted to step outside of my comfort zone to share more of my stories and my artwork, the processes behind how I create these things, and encourage others to do the same, because it's nice to see other artists work. It's nice to see their processes and how they learned, and see the techniques that they use and employ in their work. What works for them might not work for you, so it's always nice to see and experiment in different ways with art. Now it's time to let you guys all know who this art will be going to next.
Tatanka. Tatanka.
Tatanka.
Tatanka.
Bonjour, everybody. My name is Jonathan Thunder, a visual artist coming out of Duluth, Minnesota, on the shores of Gitchigummy.
That's right, folks. Jonathan Thunder. Before I get into why I chose Jonathan, I'd like to say Chimigwich to Jonathan for joining me in this collaboration and taking the time for this project. I had many other artists in mind, but ultimately I went with Jonathan because at the 63rd Arrowhead Biennial, someone had mentioned how cool it would be to see us collaborate. And after watching 1000's cool video, I took it upon myself to get that ball rolling. I also really just dig the way that he paints, his style. He's got a great style, and his use of color is fantastic. So after a lengthy discussion about life, art, and many other topics, we got down to business. We decided to follow the same guidelines in the original videos. For example, he will be choosing the next artist, filming the process, and keeping that ball rolling. We also discussed donating the end results of this painting to charity. However, we haven't decided upon a charity or an organization that we would want to donate it to yet. If you have any ideas, please comment that in the comments section below.
So that concludes today's video. Will it be the biggest indigenous art collaboration on YouTube? I don't know. See where it goes. There'll be links in the description to 1000, Slew, Dope TV, Smo Nova, Nerd Forge, Alpay, Jazza, Bobby Duke Arts, and Jonathan Thunder. I'd like to say miigwech to WhiteBatAudio for providing royalty-free music for YouTubers to use for their videos. Also, thank you to you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more art content.